area where they are want to make the lands as a property of the something. So they try to use the people to drive out from that area. So this is the on the state, the ministry, the government, and the company, Nav River Glacier Development, and the Infrastructure Limited Company that was the will be signed on the September 29 in the Mondo area. So they want to do that one. They make so they fabricated some allegation to about the ARSA, who was called the Rohingya Salvation Army, which was not exit from that area. So there is the ARSA say the attack on the border force of about the 30 border force. They attack that. This is the government allegation. So they want to clear this group, the terrorist group. They say the terrorist group is the making for that one. So they were making some allegation at the drive of the people and the burning the people on that area. So when we are finding about this one, they make it not the group which was alleged at the ARSA, the Rohingya Salvation Army. That one is not they attack this group, they attack the civilian, the people on the ground. And the people are fleeing from the Bangladesh to Bangladesh. Now the people arrive, on the more than 400,000 people arrive in the Bangladesh border. So this group was the making about they want to make it, or this one. So on the 25 morning, the allegation they give the state consular, the news committee, the website, they alleged that there was attack by the the ARSA was attacked the outpost. When we are inquiry, we make it about the documentation about that one. People of this area are saying there was no attack, but the army were coming in the morning, 25 morning, around 10 o'clock. There was some village was the burn. There was shooting the people, and some people, they burn the people. So people are running about that one. For example, ending, the village of the ending, which was the situation in the Mondo South, that was the ban on the Mondo at the 25 early morning to 4:30, but they alleged that 2:30 was attacked. The government alleged the 2:30, but it was attacked about the 4:30 a.m. The people come, the people come, the army and the BGP means the Burma Border Police, with together non-Rohingya the community are together with them, coming to the village and they burn down the village. And the people were going on that, the running the way. There was the one woman who was the pregnant about the 7 months, was pressure, and she had the one baby around about the 15 months of the baby was carried with him. She was the pregnant, so she cannot run quickly. She was slowly to run it. So at that time, she was catched by the one army and they pushed her, and his baby was killed by the knife, and threw it, and she was pressed by the pregnant woman was pressed, and she was being behaved of the there, and she crawled and she go there. She pregnant was destroyed on that time. The people, she arrived in the Bangladesh border, and she gave the testimony to us on that report. That is the one case. Another case was in Doda. Doden was also the Mongdo north side. There was not the allegation of the government is the allegate there was attack by the Arsad to their outpost, but there was not attack their outpost, but the military and the BGP and the other the non-Rohingya community were jointly come to the Doda, and they were come. There was the eyewitness before the 24. There was some truck of the soldier come to that village before the village, and they stay in the outpost camp. That made the government have the pre-plan to attack this village, but they advised the Rohingya, the Arsa was the attack to their outpost camp. But actually the people testimony as they are coming about the morning to their village and to their market, the burning. So people come. There was attack by the people. When the people come to the village to protect why they are burning their property and their shop and their home. So at that time, people are open fire to the public and people run away. After run away, all the villages are burned down there. So there was also some people, they gathered the people around the man and woman. They make the hand up at the head and they sit down. After that, they find out the pretty female, they separate it and they take out to the one home, they rape and that they will be locked up and that they burn it. This is giving the one teacher from the Dodam village give the testimony to us to this the event. And another one is the Tulatuli, the village of the Tulatuli. That was the situation on the also what we call the Mountain North. It is the river of the Furma river of the top up. They were there. People will be go there. In the people, this is the village around the 600. The family member was living there. So that was attacked by the Burmese army and the BGP and the non-Rohingya community were attacked that village, and they were burned out the village and the kill open when the people are run away and escape at the riverbank of the Furma. They were killed on the bank, and they killed people. Mostly children and the female were killed, and the young people were run out. Some are shot by hitting the bullet, and some are killed. So there was also the military and the BGP and the non-Rohingya community are taking the female and take the rape on that area. That is the testimony. On that village, third of the 1/4 was only alive with the wounded, and there other people were killed on this area. For this situation, we see this one. The government is saying allegation that Arsa was attacked this area. But my view on this situation, this Arsa was not attacking the outpost camp, but the Burmese government is the allegation to give the international community that there was attack. So they were killing to clean up the group, the terrorist group. They call the so-called terrorist groups, where they want to clean, but they clean the civilian people and the burning the village. So people are run away. This is the pretext of the before 2016. They make the pretext that was the rape and anything. We make it that one the witness to horror report for all the publication. So we make it. This one is for that one is the test period. Then they make again this one because of the economic zone and the hydroelectric the project to make build in the Maundo district area. To make this one, they want to clean the Rohingya people from this area. This is my testimony.
Okay, thank you very much. There is any? Yeah. There is any question? Yes.
Thank you very much. I think your testimony is extremely important, and we have heard some things from you that we haven't heard before, and certainly which contradict the narrative that the government is putting out. And so I have a couple of questions, just formal and then some substantive questions. I was wondering, what is your organization?
My organization is the Rohingya Human Rights Organization, and I am working also the Kuala Press Network together.
And you and your organization have done interviews with the villagers inside the country.
Yeah, we have the stranger, we have our people inside, and we have the outside the border. We work at on the borderline, Bangladesh-Burma borderline. We interview is the people who come, especially who come there, and the borderline. We interview that time, and we give the certification to the victim that we cannot give any identification for them if they want to go back again. So they always say, if we are going again, we don't want to travel for that area. So please hide our ID. Okay. So I have not mentioned it. Sorry for that one. I have not mentioned it about the name of the district.
Oh, that's okay. And will we have any text of your documentation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I already. Yeah.
That's good. Now, obviously, ARSA is an important concept. Yeah. And I just wanted to ask you a few questions about that. Does ARSA exist?
Yeah.
Yes. What does ARSA do?
The ARSA, we know who are working about the Rohingya, the organization outside and inside. Nobody know ARSA was who and why it come out. For us, when we investigation, our team investigation for that one, we think this was created by the Burmese intelligence and the armed force to create this one, to drive out these people. Because of that, we see at the 2016, when attack, they only attacked the one day, and that was the attack by the streak and the knife with the headquarters of the border force, the headquarters, which was the strictly for, we know about this is the headquarters, strictly security, and there was so many of the barrier of the security. How they broke it and how take it, the armed force. This is unbelievable. If the government is not cooperate with them, this is the army is not cooperate with them. This is how they cannot able to break with a stick and a knife to break up the arm cache, to take out the arms from that one. This is the first time we are suspected. This time, they also say that there was attack from these people, but for our information, they have only less than 50 members, not the more people. But the state council, the community page, web page, they say that 60,000 people are working with them. This is unbelievable, because there was nothing happened. And on the only 25, they said that there was attack. But after that, this group was, where is this group? We don't know. And he was there silent. And only the government, one side is shelling the mortar, killing, shooting the villager, and burning the village. So this is and there was no register of the ARSA. So how they cleaned that ARSA was there? There was the working of the something. So we said there no ARSA or nothing.
And it's fascinating because there are competing narratives.
Yeah.
I've seen an article which indicates that ARSA is actually largely the leadership of ARSA named,
Yeah.
were trained by the Saudis and supplied and supported. So there's considerable problem here for the international community, let alone the tribunal,
Yeah.
to figure out what is actually going on with ARSA.
Yeah, actually, we know that we inquired about that. There was no training, nothing was going on the Maundo area, at the Maundo border area, Maundo district, or Maundo or Budidong or Tedong. There was no training center or nothing. If there was training center, we can get it. We don't get any information about that one.
Okay. So just in my own mind, to get it clear, what you're arguing is that for the government's own purposes, they want to establish this special economic zone,
Yeah.
and they need to clear the people off the land so that they can do whatever they like with the land.
Yeah.
This is actually a very common governmental phenomenon around the world, I would say, and clearly it's a very serious one here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So perhaps you could help us to understand a bit about the status of the Rohingya people, the legal status of them, because there is the 1982 citizenship law, which we have heard about a lot and we've read about a lot. But I'm wondering what was the status of the Rohingya people before the 1982? Had there even been considered as a full citizen of Myanmar, or had there been any time, at any point of your contemporary history, that they were given like basic rights, like right to the work, education, and the other rights that a human being is entitled to?
The Rohingya are before the 1982 citizen law, they get the full-fledged citizenship in the Burma, and that they enjoy all citizenship rights, and they enjoy it like other people, and they getting all facility. But after 1962, it was slowly taking their rights, slowly, but not the cut of the fully. Then they start the first, 1978, there was the Nagami operation that was the drive of the people, starting people drive of them from fleeing from Burma to the Bangladesh. So this is the starting people. And in 1982, there was also saying who has the citizenship, the card. For example, we have at that time the NRC card, National Registration Card. Even I holding the NRC card. I'm holding NRC card at that time. So some people after that they do not use it. When we are 1973 at the university, they are blocking the issuing the NRC card. At that time, they used the only temporary identification card, TRC. So that one is the people commonly call the white card. They use that one. So after that, this one is the going. They say this is the temporary card will be issue replacement within 1 year or 6 months or like this, but it will go around the 15 years or like this. Then they make it the broking, the 2015 election. They come there. This was illegal, and they broke it, and the Rohingya become the cardless everything. They give the issue when you hand about the white card. They give the one paper, only the paper, not card. That is called the receiving the green light card. Then they issue in the NBC card. NBC card means National Verification Certificate. They issue in the Rohingya. They are changing the card one by one when the pressure is coming. for the Rohingya. They say that we are doing on their processing to give the issuing card, and they're taking time, killing time to make their plan to drive out. This is the procedure of this one. Rohingya are before indigenous people at the 1948 independence time, but now they say that Rohingya are illegal and they closed from Bangladesh. But nobody want to go from Burma because that is the open case. And the Bangladesh is the open place. There was why the Bangladesh people are going to Burma for the they don't want to go there open case to a state restriction, movement restriction, education restriction, and the lack of the health to do there. But they give always, this is the statement, the Rohingya are illegal entry to the Burma, Afghan state. But actually, there was the coming with the Bangladesh, the Buddhist community are going to that area, not the Rohingya are going there.
Okay, thank you very much for your testimony. We can go now to Dr. Sultana, but first, regarding this subject, I have a question, not directly to you, which explain perfectly these different moments in the cards, but for the prosecution and maybe for the next expert witnesses in the next session, because there is a question which is quite clear, which is that the different denial of rights of different peoples in Myanmar state. But there is another question which is not totally clear, that it's the legal status from the independence of these different groups. So maybe Dr. Sarni or any other expert witness in the next session, it would be very useful for the tribunal to have a clear development of this situation about if there is a kind of constitution, if it's some moment of the independence, all the groups hold the possibility to be citizens and to have rights, and then there was different denials of rights, or if the situation was that they were never enjoyed the possibility to have full rights. So it is unclear for the tribunal. Both situations are problematic, and we can take care of both of them, but we should have clear analysis and timeline of the situation. So, thank you very much.
Mr. President, I'm just letting you know that indeed both experts that are going to testify after Dr. Sultana will be addressing it, the first from a more rights-based perspective and the second from a more legal perspective.
Good morning, Honorable Judge and audience. I'm Razia. I'm giving testimony of a Rohingya woman about Myanmar army atrocities during clearance operation in Mongdo, October-December 2016. I chose this interview because I interviewed many people and I realized women suffer most. That's why I gave this separately. Interview with new Rohingya woman refugee, December 21 to 24, 2016. Interviewed 21 women from 9 villages staying in Kutupalong unregistered camp, all from village track where Myanmar army had carried out clearance operation since October 2016. Women who had suffered abuses and were willing to speak out were identification through community network. I showed the track of the village. This is a Bangladesh and this is the Arakan state. And now recent name is a Rakhine state, what was once called Arakan Kingdom. Profile of women interviewed, age 17 to 52, arrived in Bangladesh since November 2016, and 20 were married, husbands are laborers, farmers, shopkeeper, trader, fishermen. None had been to Bangladesh before. 15 women from 7 villages testified their houses were burned down by Burmese security force. This is the Human Rights Watch satellite map of the burned villages. I saw my house burn, my stock of paddy. I saw the house burning in a line, the houses near the mountain as well as houses near the road. This is the village, Dong village. I saw the military shooting something to burn the houses. They shot once, and then 5 houses burned down. They shot a cylinder-like gun. This village name is Jingpingna. Babies, elderly burned alive. When I come out of my house with my 1-year-old daughter, the Burmese soldier grabbed her from me and threw her into the burning house. My father was pushed inside his house, and then they burned the house down. He tried to come out, but they pushed him back. He was sick and weak. About 4 or 5 soldiers pushed him back in, shut the door, and burned the house. Indiscriminate shooting and killing of civilians. 70-year-old girl from Kayope. I was with my 22-year-old sister-in-law in our house. We ran outside. People were running everywhere. My sister-in-law was shot in the stomach. The Burmese soldier took away her body. I was shot too. The bullet went through the back of my cup and come out the front. I was hurt but was able to run. As I ran, I left a trail of blood. Massacre of men and boys. 3 women lost their husbands in 3 separate massacres. 1 woman, 2 young sons were shot with her husband. The separate men and women, there were about 40 men, including some children, in one group. They shot the men and boys. My husband was shot in that group. Also, 2 of my sons, aged 11 and 7, who were clinging to him, so they went with man's group. They were shot too. This is the village name is Darjija. Husband killed or missing. 20 married women, 19 women had lost their husband, who were either killed or missing. Only 1 woman had tried to find her husband in Mangdu jail without success. Only 1 husband had managed to flee to Bangladesh. He had been tortured. His testicles had been burned. 16 children and 11 women were killed, injured, or missing. Horrific cruelty. 2 babies burned alive. 1 baby has throat cut. 1 boy stamped to death, and 1 toddler thrown to ground and now brain damage. Sexual violence. This is the track about the women who are interviewed. 51 women from 8 villages had either experienced or witnessed rape. At least 70 women and girls were seen either being raped, taken away to be raped, or found after being raped. Most rapes took place when women were forcibly gathered outside their villages during security operation. Group of soldier militia pulled young women away and took them to be raped in nearby house, field, forest, or camp. Gang rape in view of other villagers. We were all ordered outside the village to stay in a field. The soldier chose the pretty young girls. They called them away to another area. There were about 100 women in our group. and they chose about 10 pretty young girls, some just aged 10 to 12. We could see the girls being raped. There were over 30 soldiers, also some men in civilian shorts. The gang raped them one by one. Each girl was raped by 5 or 6 men in turn. They cut open their clothes with a knife and then held a knife to their mouth so they wouldn't shout. This is from Yakochon Gonsho village. Gonsho, yes. At least 6 rape victims killed, some horribly mutilated. My sister had just given birth in her house. When the Myanmar soldier came into the village, we all ran away, but my sister couldn't. I returned and found the dead bodies of my sister and her baby. They had taken off her clothes and cut into vagina. They had cut off her breast and put the dead baby on her chest. The baby had been stamped to death. Its stomach had burst open and the intestines had come out. They had put breasts next to each other on a pillow beside her. She was lying in her bed. They had stuck a rifle into her vagina. This is from Longdon village. Sexual groping during body search, forced to strip naked. Women describe how their breasts and groin were groped by soldiers during body search when their valuables were also stolen. One woman was forced with 30 other women to strip to her underwear in a field during a security search, made a stand in hot sun for 1 hour. In another group of about 100 women forced to stand in the sun in a field, the younger women were forced to strip entirely naked, and they took pictures and videos. Perpetrators: Burma Army troops, police, paramilitary force, local villagers. Some had guns, knives, often in civilian clothes, shorts, some with long hair. Some were Rakhine who could speak Bengali. Some women recognized Rakhine neighbors from nearby model village. During raids, soldiers said, "This is our country, why are you here? This is not your land, get out from here." Women forced to deny Burma Army abuses in front of video cameras. We were rounded up in the field in the police station. The soldiers pointed their guns at us and asked, "Who burned your houses? Was it a Rohingya solidarity organization? Who did this? Was it RSO killing your parents and children?" We were afraid that if we said no, we would be shot. They were taking video of us. We had to say it was RSU who burned our houses and did the killing. There were about 400 soldiers. It is a Kayupe village. It's from UN accuses Burmese government security force to widespread atrocity against Rohingya. November 2016, UNHCR had in Cox's Bazar, Myanmar is carrying out ethnic cleansing. February 2017, OSCHR flash report devastating cruelty suffered by Rohingya children. February 2017, UN special reporter after visit to Bangladesh border, I heard allegation after allegation of horrific events. Ongoing Burmese government army denial to atrocities against Rohingya. January 2017, interim report of National Investigation Committee into Mangdo attack, set up on December 1, 2016, led by Vice President and former Army General Meo Sue, found insufficient evidence of rape allegation. March 10, 2017, NLD spokesperson UN claim of crime against humanity in Rakhine are exaggerated. Now we are called to the international community to use every means, including diplomatic and economic sanction, to pressure the Burmese government to hold their security force accountable for recent atrocities in Mangdo. And Burma Army and Burma Myanmar have to end systematic persecution of the Rohingya. And this is my last interview, which only for 3 weeks ago, what happened in Arakan. Young woman gang rape burned alive on August 25, 2017. The soldiers separate men and women. They took about 20 women into empty houses and raped them. Then they put them in one house, shut the door, and burned them alive. Among them were two of my cousins, aged 25 and 18, and two of my nieces, aged 22 and 20. This village name is Donpeg village, is a North Mongdo. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for a very strong evidence. So there is any question? Yeah? Yes, perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Razia, for your very insightful testimony. You mentioned that amongst the perpetrators of sexual violence, there were men with civilian shorts and clothes. Could you please tell us more about who are these men? Are they the Burmese Buddhist, or have they been identified by the victims or the witnesses?
They always say this is the Natala monk, and they maximum, and when I interviewed, the woman said they come from Bangladesh, the hill tracks area. I don't know why, but because they're speaking in Bangla, and Rohingya people cannot speak Bangla, and they understand Rohingya, but when the speak is different, Bangla, so they said when they are pushing and doing this, and they are speak each other in Bangla. So this is Nathalamok, and of course the mix with local villagers, because we have so many Rakhine village over there, what is set up by army, and between how many years? I think so.
This is the long time, about 30 years now.
3 years now,
30
yes.
years.
30 years. They established the Rakhine villages beside the Muslim villages. And this is the, both are mixed. Okay. Any question? You can, maybe he can explain.
Yeah, sorry. For this that you asking about the people who are long hair and the short pant and the civilian dress are mostly the model villager who we call resettler, new resettler, to come bring from the upper Myanmar or neighboring the Bangladesh, the Buddhist Rakhine people are there. They settle in the, when the General King Yun was the head of the intelligence, at that time he started Nasaka and the Nata model village, that one, since the 30 years before. That one is still going. They use, in between the Rohingya village, they set up the Natala villager. So it will be they are changing the democratic structure to change their, that is not the Rohingya, purely Rohingya village. So they want to change this. These people are used when this the 2017 August and the 2016 time they are using. Also they use the 2012 at that time. Also they use these people and for the using about the as a supporter of the paramilitary, like the paramilitary. they use it for these people.
Thank you, Dr. Razia, once again. Just a small question I have is, you mentioned, and you had on the slide, an organization called RSO.
So, yes, this
is this the same as ARSA?
No,
or is it
no,
different?
no.
Could you explain?
No, this is not us.
Could you explain what is RSO?
That is the RSO, sorry, I will keep
Sorry.
that answer. This, the RSO is the one that existed in the organization before. That one is the not working. Before that, the RSA is the not mentioned by government. They always use the people come from RSO attack there, an allegation for Rohingya. That is the RSO member and RSO attack there, and they will be coming for the jihad or the something or like this. This is the publication of the allegation of the government to make the Rohingya or international community to change the mindset. This is the people are coming and that you use it. When that one is there, they want to use that to make the, when the pressure is the coming there, outside the pressure come. So the military and the inquiry commission group, they are using the people, asking the who are attacked this one, RSO or other, not the Burmese, the government, the military, told us the which RSO. If you don't say the RSO, we will take the action your village or you. Like this, they are treated for that one. So this is the RSO they make as an element of that, to make the allegation that they are attacked to there. Only that.
Sorry, just to, maybe I didn't quite understand. Did the RSO actually exist as an organization, even if the
No,
attack was an allegation?
That
Is it
one
a,
is the existing organization, not the, now
That was-
alive, yeah.
not
Not
existing?
now, not now.
Never.
That was.
Previously was
Yes,
it?
previously,
Previously
yes,
they were.
previously.
And
What period?
That time is the, I mean, that is the around 30 years before they were working about that area as a RSO is the movement. 1978. At that time, they are movement that time.
And what kind of an organization was it? What did it
That
do?
one is the, we call, this is the Rohingya Solidarity Organization.
Solidarity.
Yes,
Yeah,
solidarity.
solidarity organization. That one is the making the political and the armed resistance for the Rohingya group. That time they make the to use about this one.
Okay, Dr. Rasia, thank you very much
Thank you.
for your testimony. So I think we are on time, so we will do now the break, and we will start as we have very important expert testimonies in the next session, and I think we can start. Yesterday there was a misunderstanding, so I would say it briefly. I guess we can use 10 more minutes for the testimony, so we can start. We can start after the break at 10 minutes past 2. So it is announced in the schedule 20, but we will start 10 minutes past 2. It is enough time, 1 hour and a half, to do the break. So 10 minutes past 2, we will start with the next session with 2 more expert testimonies.
No, this is supposed to sponsor this conference.